Whoa! Hey, GameFAQs. Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Crappy. Great. Me too. But anyways, allow me to introduce myself. My name is The Day. I am going to be the host of this video that I have created for you guys at the Next Gen Gaming Forums. A while back, somebody made a topic about why I was very unfortunate or wondering why there aren't enough user-created videos from gaming pals at NGG, and me being a long-time NGG member, lurker, slash troll, slash badass, slash annoying guy, whatever, I decided, hey, why not? About 9 months ago, that was the last time I posted my first and last video on YouTube. I was basically trying to sell my GameCube on eBay, and I thought it'd be a good idea to post a video about it, funny video. And a lot of people kind of took the video way too seriously. So, excluding the 95% of hate mail and hate messages that I got for making that video from people on the internet that really can't take a joke, there was also some people that also sent me messages asking me, oh dude, you're a marketing genius, man. That GameCube probably sold for thousands of dollars, right? Well, no, actually, that entire package, that only sold for about $75. And if people, say, oh, he got pwned, he was trying to make that video so the GameCube would sell for thousands and he's ripping people off. No, man, I made the video because I wanted to make a video. I thought it'd be funny. And you know what? Unlike that girl that was trying to sell her Nintendo DS on eBay to try to go to Japan and it sold for like $20 billion, you know what? I don't have boobs. So considering that fact, and it sold for $75, it got 10,000 plus views, it got 3 out of 5 stars, some people got a few good laughs out of it, some people got my sense of humor, and I guess some people hated it, but whatever. So, hey, I would consider that video a success. Whoa, I think we got sidetracked there a little bit. But anyways, just to get back on track, what is this video really about? Aside from this video being my mini review of the PlayStation 3, I'm also hoping that this video will be the first of many more videos to come. A lot of people out there, especially in NGG, we always complain about professional reviewers. We complain about analysts, the guys that go on GameFAQs.com and participate in the bonus round videos and whatnot. We complain about how they're really out of touch with the industry, about how they don't know what the hell they're talking about most of the time. And yet, we do nothing about it. I do not want Chad Warren representing us. What really saddens me is the fact that I think over the years, the real gamer has lost its voice in the industry. And it doesn't make any sense because we are the industry. We're the guys that have been there since day one. We're the roots of the industry. We're the guys that go out there and look forward to the smaller developed games. We're the guys that tell our friends, hey, don't buy that crappy movie license game. Buy this game instead. And we don't have a voice anymore. And I don't understand that because there's so many more mediums out there to express how we feel, but yet we limit ourselves to message boards. And that doesn't make any sense to me. So that's basically what I'm hoping this video will be. I'm hoping that this video, whether you like it or hate me or love me, I really don't care. As long as I can give a spark out there to the guys that are watching this and let people know that we do have a voice and use this as a medium to give us a voice again. If I can do that, then that'd be cool. Get people thinking. And if people want to get together in like New York or New Jersey somewhere, because that's the center of NGG universe, if people want to get together and just have a discussion about games, have a discussion about the industry from real gamers, for gamers, and have other people watch it, have other people participate. If we can do that, then that would be cool. Then I would consider this video a success. Whether it got 0 out of 5 stars, I really don't care. As long as we get people thinking. So without further ado, my review of the PlayStation 3. Okay, so the first part of this review is going to be the eye aesthetics. How does the PS3 look like? For me, it's not really a big concern. I could really care less. But I know for a lot of people out there, that is something that they care about. When pictures of the PS3 first surfaced 2 years ago, I thought it looked like a girl. I didn't like it. So if somebody asked me, do you like the look of the PS3? Not that I care. I would say, no, I don't like the look of it. The next part of the review is the PS3 controller. There's really not much I can say about it. If you love the PS2 controller, you're going to love the PS3 controller. The only difference between the two really is that, of course, the PS3 controller has no rumble. When I go to forums and people have discussions about the lack of rumble, I'll go back, I'll play a few PS2 games, and I'll be like, yeah, this does feel weird without the rumble. But you know what, 10-15 minutes later, I really stopped noticing it, I stopped caring about it, because I was never really that big of a rumble guy, so for me it's not really a negative. However, I can definitely see how that could be a negative for somebody that loved rumble from last gen and felt that it should have been a standard for this gen. But otherwise for me it doesn't matter. The next thing about the PS3 controller is of course the motion sensing part of it. Sony didn't really add the motion sensing aspect of the PS3 controller until after Nintendo had revealed the functionality of the Wii controller. So it kind of feels tacked on. And the games that utilize it, it's the same way. It feels tacked on. So I found myself never even really using it. But hopefully in the future, there are going to be more games that do utilize it. But right now, there's really nothing major that I can say, oh wow, that's pretty cool. The last thing I want to complain about is the triggers in the controller. I sweat like a bastard when I play games, and I find that when I hit the trigger, my index finger just keeps sliding off for some reason, especially with a game like MotorStorm. I don't know if it could be just me. Otherwise, the controller, it's nice, it's light, not much really else to complain about. I mean, I like it. That's all I can say. Next up on the review is the hardware of the PlayStation 3. I think inevitably it's going to get compared to the Xbox 360 because they're in competition with each other, so it only makes sense to compare the two. When it comes to the three consoles, if you look at the overall spec sheets of each one, the PS3 is definitely the most powerful. The only question left is by how much, and we don't really know that yet, and none of the games are showing us anything. However, in terms of reliability, the PS3, in my opinion, is definitely more reliable than the Xbox 360. I bought 5 Xbox 360 solo for my brothers and sisters and whatnot. I know I'm not Nicholas23. However, all those 360s, personally for me, have never had any problems. But I know a lot of my brother's friends, a lot of them have had problems with the Xbox 360s. And other people out there in the forums, that's one of the main complaints about it, is that Microsoft is having a lot of QA and hardware issues, and they're trying their best to kind of just shrug it under the rug, but it's not working, and gamers are speaking up. And these systems, they're huge investments for people nowadays. So if you're a consumer or you're a potential buyer for next-gen console, and that's a huge concern for you, then definitely that's a positive for the PlayStation 3 because in my opinion, it definitely is a reliable piece of hardware when compared to the Xbox 360. So far we've reviewed the aesthetics, we've reviewed the hardware, and we've reviewed the controller. The last thing I'm going to touch upon is the games, which is the most important part. It's why we buy these systems to begin with. Right now, there's really not much to speak of about the PS3, and it's understandable because the system hasn't been out for more than a year. The PS3 hardware is sort of a weird catch-22 type of zone. What do I mean by that? Because next-gen gaming is becoming so expensive to develop for, a lot of third parties, in order to make any money out of their software, they have to make it multi-platform. And that really puts the PS3 hardware to waste. Because they know the Xbox 360 hardware better than they do the PS3 hardware, a majority of the time, multi-platform games are better graphically on the Xbox 360 than they are on the PS3. And that's very unfortunate for Sony because you've got this $600 system competing against a $300 system that has games that look graphically better, the same games. And in addition to that, let's be honest, PSN right now, with the exception of maybe Resistance Fall Man, overall it's crap compared to Xbox Live until Home comes out, and then we'll see from there. However, right now, I just don't see the value in the PS3. My PS3 is 60GB version. I got it for $470 off some dude on Craigslist.com. And you know what? A lot of people might think that's a good deal, but for me, I still feel like I paid more for it than I should have. Even if you're of the opinion that PS3 multi-platform games look better on the PS3 than they do the 360, you have to ask yourself, is that worth an extra $200? Is that worth an extra $300? And in my humble opinion, absolutely not. Especially in my 60-inch XPR2, the differences are so minute that it's just like, who cares? It doesn't matter anymore. Right now, it's just very difficult to justify paying $600 for a PS3. However, I think if you look at the PS3 as an entire package, I think it's a great system. The cheapest Blu-ray player out there is like, what, $500? The PS3 is $600, and you get your Blu-ray player, you get to play PS3 games, you get the HDMI, you get the media card readers. If you look at it as an entire package, I think it's a great system. It's an awesome system. However, how many people are in that market for that type of hardware? And I think the answer is not a lot of people, or else the PS3 would be selling like hotcakes or pancakes or whatever. I don't want any Sony fanboys to take offense to this, but I really think the PS3 is going to become the GameCube of this generation. I think the third parties that do have the financial backing to release exclusive content, your Square Enix, your Konamis, your Capcoms, and Sony themselves are becoming a first-party powerhouse. I think the software that they release in comparison to the competition is going to be amazing. But just like with the GameCube, I think those great, amazing exclusive content are going to be far and few between. But that doesn't mean that the system won't be a worthwhile purchase, because just like the GameCube, over the years, those few exclusive content, they become a lot. So it's still going to be a worthwhile purchase. It's still going to be an awesome purchase for any gamer out there. So basically, that's my review of the PlayStation 3. No doom and gloom stuff. Everybody's going to be okay.